I want to clarify, you're a Muslim, so why did you write a book about the founder of Christianity?
Well, to be clear, I am a scholar of religions with 4 degrees, including one in the New Testament and fluency in biblical Greek, who has been studying the origins of Christianity for 2 decades, who also just happens to be a Muslim.
That question from Fox religion correspondent Lauren Green launched a series of attacks from liberal media outlets after her interview with the Muslim author Reza Aslan. Aslan's book is called Zealot, and it questions the Christian belief that Jesus was the Son of God, the very foundation of the faith. The liberal media has remained quiet on the subject matter of the book, but cannot control its outrage over that question. Why did you write it? Brent Bozell is president of the Media Research Center, joins us now to talk about it. Brent, good to see you today. Your reaction to the reaction to Lauren Green?
Well, I'll be the first one to stand up and applaud Lauren Green for the question that she asked. It was the exact correct question that needed to be asked. Look, this man was a Christian who converted to Islam, and she had every right to ask him, she's asking him, in fact, do you have a bias? Are you being influenced by your faith to write what you're writing? He should have, first and foremost, said, yes, I am. To deny it shows the arrogance, and you saw his answer, just the aloof arrogance to how dare she even ask that question. Look, the fact of the matter is, the Muslim faith believes that Jesus Christ did not have a divine nature. They do not believe he was God. Therefore, if he is going to take the attitude, well, he's just a scholar, he just happens to be Muslim, that he really didn't care about this issue so much, he's not a very good Muslim.
Well, it started out with very far-left media questioning Lauren, criticizing her, saying that she shouldn't have asked the question, or that it was any of her business about what his prerogative may have been on writing the book. It then trickled out into more and more mainstream media, and it's taken on a life of its own, the discussion about Lauren versus the book or the author.
Sure. Why don't they talk about the author? Why don't they talk about the fact that he makes the statement, which NPR had to correct, that nowhere in the Bible did Jesus Christ claim to be the Messiah, which is absolutely false. He's also made the claim in his book, this is the man who is such an expert on this, that the crucifixion was Jesus Christ fomenting violence in society. Apparently, he's not familiar with a thing called the Beatitudes. He also suggested in the interview with Lauren Green, he said something that I found very interesting. He said that his book was based on 1,000 books that were used to make this book. Now, Shannon, I don't know about you, I've never in my life heard an author say that 1,000 books were his reference to doing a book. And while we're at it, he also said more than once that he had a degree in a history degree in religion. In fact, he doesn't. So there are all sorts of holes you can poke in this man's very, very biased and very, very one-sided book that is aimed to do nothing but attack. He also makes the point, and this is something a Catholic I take great offense to. He said there's a very big difference between the historical Christ and what the Catholic Church has done to create a mythical Christ. No, there isn't.
Well, is there a bigger question here about the discussion of the Muslim faith in America today, in 2013, and whether you're allowed to prod or probe? There's a lot of sensitivity across the spectrum when it comes to talking about religion, but especially the Muslim faith. And do you think that's why Lauren is taking so much heat?
Well, because look, Shannon, let's put it in this perspective. First of all, the media can't stand you folks at Fox. I mean, there's a headline you didn't know. But what I find really curious, Lauren is the only, I may be wrong, and if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I do not believe there's another religion reporter on television today. Lauren Green is the only one in business today. So who in the world is to criticize Lauren Green at Fox News?
Well, we know that there are a lot of folks out there who are happy to criticize Christian viewpoints and faith, and we have a story on that coming up as well. But this one...
Shannon, let me say one thing. Let me say just one more thing. I know Lauren Green. Lauren Green is a good woman. She doesn't deserve to be attacked like this.
Well, I often encounter her in the halls and have always found her to be a very fantastic colleague, somebody who does care about what's at the root of these stories and asks those questions. So, Brent, thank you for joining us.